Please rise.
Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too. For I can't help falling in love with you. I can't help
Do you have your dress?
falling in love with you.
You up so with your she can get your full dress.
Yeah. Hi.
Welcome, everyone. My name is France Young, and I'm a lay minister, and today we'll be co-officiating with Reverend Amy Thompson. First, on behalf of Brad and Taylor, I'd like to welcome everyone here and thank each and every one of you for being here on this special day. It is no accident that each person here was invited to be here, as you each represent someone very important in the individual and collective lives of Brad and Taylor. So thank you. They have asked that this is an unplugged ceremony, if you haven't noticed on the way in. So during the next short while, please put your cameras away and phones. Thank you. Taylor and Brad, your journey began way before you sent out these invitations, chose this beautiful venue, or even decided to spend the rest of your lives together. I don't think there is one single story that anyone could say that will summarize your relationship and how you enrich each other's lives and the lives of each person here. That is because your relationship already runs deep and has great roots. I know that you care very deeply for each other. Oh.
Nice one.
Thank you. I know that you care very deeply for each other and very passionately, that you protect each other, that you make each other laugh, you think outside of yourselves towards each other. You help each other in ways that sometimes may not be obvious and may even go unnoticed, but you have always had the purpose of each other. When I was thinking about a wedding symbol for both of you, I thought of the ring, because that is about unity and infinity. What began when you first met, as you were deciding to see if you fit each other's hearts, it passed from romance into something more beautiful and hopeful. Like the roots of the tree, your relationship has developed very deep roots over the years already. It has already grown into self-sacrifice. You have been tested, and your roots have become more durable over the years together already. And not only the roots, but the branches. You have helped and supported each other to this point on this journey, to help each other become the people individually and as a couple that you both are today and have been destined to be. I don't know if you know, but there are 7 types of love in the world. And the one that depicts both of you comes from ancient Greek, and it's called agape love, which means unconditional. It is a privilege today to be here with you, to see that you have unconditionally loved each other up until this point. And I do have hope and belief that you will continue to do this from this day, because you have already demonstrated it to all of us and to those around you. It will take trust moving forward to know that you truly do want what's best for each other. It will take dedication to continue to stay open to each other and to learn and to grow from this point forward. It will continue to take loyalty to go together forward without knowing exactly what your future brings. And it will take commitment to hold true to the journey that you are pledging with us today. So now, Taylor and Brad, I would like to invite you to show this continued commitment and the pledge you've already made and continue to make to each other and for this day forward with those before you.
I'm going first. Is Brad's mom not doing your reading first?
She can do it after.
Okay. Do I need the mic? No?
Do you want the mic?
No, I can probably say it loud enough. Hopefully. Okay. Bradley, they say your wedding day is supposed to be the happiest day of your life, but I can promise you that for us, this isn't true. As amazing as this day is and will be, I promise to try my hardest to recreate the happiness and love we feel today as often as possible to ensure that there will always be better days to look forward to and dream about together. I can't promise you endless sunny days, but I can promise that I will be there by your side watching the storms roll in. I promise to choose you at the start and finish of every single day. I choose you to struggle and to succeed with, to laugh and to cry with, to travel and to explore with, and to fight and make up with, to raise at least 20 dogs and 3 kids with, to laugh and to grow old with, and I choose your hand to forever be in mine. I love you.
I'm gonna read mine.
Thanks. I'll need it.
Taylor, as you know, I can be an indecisive person. The decision to go on our first date with Taisha was a good one. But it doesn't even compare to marrying you today and spending the rest of my life with you. It was the easiest and best decision I've ever made. Because you make me a better man and a better person. You are the most thoughtful, generous, loving, and loyal person I've ever met to me and our relationship. And you are the best dog mom 2 corgis could ask for. I promise to always put you, our families, and all the puppies in our lives first. I promise to help you achieve all of your dreams like you've helped me achieve mine. I promise to be the man and husband you deserve, and I promise to always love you. Even when we're in the truck together and you're second guessing every aspect of my driving.
Sorry.
I choose you, Taylor, for all the days of my life. I hope to stay this in love forever.
Yay.
I invite Amy Thompson.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Hi.
So, do you want to take?
Yep.
So take.
Okay.
So repeat after me. I, Brad,
I, Brad,
give you, Taylor,
give you, Taylor,
this ring
this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of my love
of my love
and commitment to you.
and commitment to you.
Beauty.
Please repeat after me. I, Taylor,
I, Taylor,
give you, Brad,
give you, Brad,
this ring
this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of my love
of my love
and commitment to you.
and commitment to you.
Taylor and Brad have declared their love for each other, made vows to each other in front of family and God, and have exchanged rings as a symbol of their commitment to each other. It is now my honor to pronounce you husband and wife. Brad, you may now kiss your bride.
Oh, that was quick.
So if you
honored to step on and give it a
These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours and build your future together. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch, comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children. These are the hands that will help you hold your family as one. These are the hands that will give you strength as you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that, even when wrinkled and aged, will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch.
Wow. We now introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Brad Fountain.
Stop me but to find an invention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some love song, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot be. I'm sure there's no need to complicate our time. It showed this is our fate. I'm your heart.
Your MC for the night. I was expecting applause there, but okay. On behalf of Brad and Taylor, I'd like to welcome you to Waterstone Estates as we celebrate their special evening. Thank you all for coming here tonight. To get things started, it is time to introduce a group of people who are apparently all better at being friends with Brad and Taylor than the rest of us. Ladies and gentlemen, your wedding party. All right, let's have some fun. This fabulous woman is best known for her regular karaoke performance of Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone. She's best from the West, sister of the bride, Christina Hendrick. Also, Chrissy is mother of one of the beautiful Flower Girls, and if she's anything like me, she's just happy to be at a party where the Wiggles aren't headlining. Next up, he's a founding father of the Drummers Who Complete High School Association. His standpoint on education is as follows, and I quote, "Education is important, drumming is importanter." Cousin and friend of the groom, Josh Fountain. Oh, by the way, Josh was almost late to the ceremony today. He lost his watch, and we all know how drummers have trouble keeping time.
Where's your gums?
All right, she's recently off the market, so don't get any ideas, boys. She's head of the Victoria Dog Agility Program, Lowrider Division. Haven't heard of it? Yeah, me neither. She's just happy to be included today, folks. Friend of the bride, Taisha Murphy. Next to come, he is the most recent graduate of the RCMP, which according to some translates to the Really Conceited Men's Program. The man, the myth, the favorite, brother of the bride, Zach Riddell. All right. She can teach you how to read. She can teach you how to count. She can teach you how to Dougie, and she'll make you hot for teacher. Friend of the bride, Adriana Bile. She is voted most likely to survive until the end of a horror movie, only to be killed 5 minutes into the sequel. She contests that if people in horror movies would just listen to her, they would all still be alive. J is for Jason, K is for Kruger, L is for Lindsay. Beware, because tonight she's dressed to kill. Next up, he is back-to-back winner of the Participation Award for the Ramera Boys Soccer League age 8-9 division. Yeah, if you haven't watched our home videos, you haven't lived. Please welcome brother of the groom and best man. It's Curtis, yes. Did you know that Curtis has a driver's license too? Hey Curtis, did you drive yourself here? No. Oh. It is my great honor and distinct pleasure to introduce to you for the very first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Brad and Taylor Fountain. All right, you can have a seat. Acknowledge a few other VIPs here today. Sitting up front, we have the groom's parents, Bill and Darlene Fountain. As well as the bride's parents, Alan and Julie Riddell. Yes, both couples want Brad and Taylor to know that they are loved, and they hope that they will be as happy every day as they are today, just not as expensive. And last but certainly not least, the most photogenic, adorable additions to the wedding party are the flower girls, Maddie, and Paige, who is MIA at the moment. She's out like a light. And they are both nieces of the bride and groom. And there are obviously a few other important people here today without whom very little of this would have been possible. And the great thing is that as the evening progresses, most of us will get to spend more and more time talking with them. So please join me in a very special toast to the bar staff. Andy and Brian. That's them. Before we dig into the delicious dinner that has been prepared for us by Chef David and his wife Maria, I have a few important announcements to make. As I mentioned, my name is Laura and I am your MC for the night.
You asked for it.
That's okay. Well, maybe I'll do it again later. Now, I'd like to say that I was thrilled when Brad and Taylor asked me to MC, but I'd be lying. But perhaps it was because of how they asked me. It went a little something like this. Laura, we tried to get Ellen DeGeneres to MC, but we couldn't afford her. So we need you to do it. But you'll need to be funny and sober. Well, I have news for you guys. I don't plan on being either of those things. Cheers. Actually, it's a pretty stressful job considering how easy it could be to embarrass myself. Well, with any luck, my husband won't end up introducing me to others as his first wife tonight. Tonight you will be able to enjoy a toonie bar, but please be advised that the bar will be closed during dinner and will reopen after speeches. In the meantime, you can enjoy the selection of red and white wine available at your table. That being said, the bride and groom hope to see you all enjoying yourselves, but please enjoy responsibly and don't drink and drive. There will be a shuttle available to guests staying at the Best Western in Newmarket, which will arrive here at 11:30 and 1 a.m. to take you back to your room. Oh, and I was also told that Frank Catney will be piggybacking people home for a minimal fee. Unfortunately, this service is open to ladies only. Sorry, fellas. And ladies, don't blame him if you end up at his place and not yours. Moving on. For your information, the bathrooms are conveniently located just down the hall from the main floor here. If you end up back in the barn, you've gone too far. I should also point out the exits in case the fire alarm goes off or in the event that later on a speaker won't wrap things up. But they are 2 exits here and 1 out there, the front where you came in. There is no need to turn off your cell phones, but in my opinion, everyone who is anyone is already here, so there is no need for outside communication. However, should you feel so inclined to post memories of the day to your favorite social media platform, please include the hashtag Fountain of Love in your captions so that Brad and Taylor can enjoy seeing all your memories, candid moments, and classic white boy dance moves for years to come. Starting after speeches, a photo booth will be available at no cost to all guests out on the cobblestone. We're hoping. If there is a long line, just do as I do and put some booze in your purses or gentlemen in your pockets to get you through that. Also, before you leave tonight, please remember to visit the candy bar to fill up a goodie bag to take home. If there is a long line to that, just do as I do and put some booze in your purse or gentlemen in your pockets. Brad and Taylor also asked that there be no clinking of the glasses tonight in exchange for kisses. Instead, in order to get the bride and groom to kiss during dinner, time out. You will need to perform a kiss with someone else, be it romantic, dramatic, or just downright cute, that Brad and Taylor will then replicate. The only rule is no hickeys. We're all here for a good time. If you are up to the challenge, please stop by my table and let me know so we can get them smooching. Dinner is ready to be served, but we are asked to please wait patiently to be directed to the buffet. So without further ado, I'd like to call upon Bill Fountain, father of the groom, and arguably one of the most handsome men here tonight, to say grace before we start dinner.
Bill.
Well, a little hard to get serious after that, but we will for 1 minute. Lord, we are gathered here to celebrate Taylor and Brad's special day. May the love and commitment they have expressed today always be their guide. Bless the food we share and bless all our family and friends. May the joy of today be always with us. Amen.
Or Miss Murphy, if you're Taylor. And apparently I'm just excited to be included tonight. I am Taylor's third maid of honor. For those of you who don't know me, I am the first and perhaps the only member of Taylor's Corgi fan club. I am also her #1 wingman that made sure she wasn't catfished by Brad on their first date. But more on that later.
And I'm Adriana, the second maid of honor. We all share an equal part in loving and supporting Taylor, making it fitting that she couldn't choose just one of us. Anyway, I'm the friend that wouldn't be caught dead in a Corgi fan club or at Pet Palooza like these two. I'm also the friend who over time has come to realize that, Taylor, your humor really isn't that funny. Inappropriate, one might say. Those things aside, you are a pretty great friend. My go-to for almost anything and all things tech-related. My eyes always looking out for a good deal on Kijiji or the Facebook Marketplace. And of course, for lending an ear or an inappropriate joke when I need it. Before digging into the creation of the speech, I thought, okay, these next few minutes is my chance to shine. You know, use all the dirt I have rounded up on Taylor for the past 10 years of our friendship. Then I remembered that she will be writing a speech for my wedding next year. So, to avoid that bad karma, I hope you enjoy Taisha's speech. Taisha?
I've had the pleasure of knowing Taylor since elementary school, but really became best friends with her in high school. I've known Taylor for many of life stages. In elementary school, when we used to hang out in the playground, to high school, where I'd go to support her in the chalk drawing contest at the annual Alliston Potato Festival. I think she won a couple times. Eat copious amounts of my mom's lasagna, and watch every episode to Say Yes to the Dress. To college, where we got kicked out of the country bar, probably because of me, and where we would... Our friends know us too well. Taylor the goody two-shoes. And where we would And Mary would have sleepovers every Wednesday night at my college house. And finally, all the way to real adult life, where we have planned our weddings together. Turns out all of those years of watching Say Yes to the Dress was actually research and shaped our careers and met the man of our dreams. Both Adriana and I cannot wait to continue to experience the rest of life with you as the Three Musketeers.
And I was there for many of those times that Taisha mentioned, except that I didn't come and turn this friendship into a trio until about grade 9. Mine and Taylor's first encounter looked a little bit different than you may have pictured in your head at the moment. So if you are curious about how our friendship came to be, you'll have to come find me and ask me later. Yes. I was specifically asked not to bring this up in my speech.
Andrew G!
However, mine and Taylor's friendship became much stronger as we got older. We began to rely on each other for much more important things. She became someone to confide in, someone I trust and grew to love despite our opposite personalities. We often spent time making trips to HomeSense to decorate one of Taylor's past 3 houses, or more recently, all things and everything wedding.
There are countless reasons why we keep this girl around. She's smart, funny, man does she know how to make me laugh, so caring, witty, and just a great friend. And that's just to name a few things. Taylor, being such the extreme catch that she is, was the only one to have a consistent boyfriend in high school, which, for us single ladies, made sense that she was the only one. Sorry. Let me start that again. It's like the best line of the whole speech.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
So, for us single ladies, it made sense that she was always our go-to person for relationship advice. And, well, you know, that sort of advice. Laugh harder, it was the best line!
It doesn't get that much.
I know. There are so many memories I have with Taylor, from hanging out at her family cottage on the dock, going to Wasaga Beach, or to third wheeling on her and Brad's first date, which is what I wanted to elaborate on. Now, Brad and Taylor did meet online. Millennials, am I right? For their first date, Taylor wanted me to come along so I could put my extremely important seal of approval and to make sure there wasn't too much awkward silence. Well, as you all know, you can't get Brad to stop talking. I can never really get a word in edgewise. Anyways, I eagerly crashed the date and we all went snow tubing. In retrospect, I don't really know if we really thought this first date through. I mean, how can you land a second date wearing baggy snow pants, messy hair, and a runny nose? But that didn't matter because within the first couple minutes, it was pretty clear the chemistry between the two. I never really had a chance, did I, Brad? You guys have seriously grown amazing together. You've built a really great life, you and your 3 amazing fur babies that you should be proud of.
The first time that I met Brad, I thought very long and hard about this one. And I actually couldn't pinpoint where, when, or how we met. Glad that you were so memorable to Taisha, though. Otherwise, maybe we wouldn't even be here today. You know, with Taylor needing Taisha's approval and all. Even though I don't remember our first encounter, what I will always remember, though, is how Brad treats Taylor. Brad, you're exactly what I pictured for Taylor. Someone kind, caring, handsome, and someone who helps feed her corgi addiction, which is key when wanting to stay close to Taylor. Believe me, I pretend to like corgis all the time.
I wanted to share something that you may not know about Taylor. Brad, I hope you realize what you're getting yourself into. You've entered a marriage with not just Taylor, but also her stuffed Big Bird as well. If you haven't had the pleasure of meeting Big Bird, this is a stuffy that she has had since she was a baby, and I believe Alan bought Big Bird for her when she was in the hospital. It's so old that she has had to draw back on the eyeballs with permanent marker more than once. I can't remember a time where she didn't need it to sleep. That and a darn fan. She kept the stuffy through thick and thin since day one. What does this show us about Taylor's character? Shows her commitment to what's important to her. Her commitment to you, Brad, will be undoubting.
Or one might classify that as a severe attachment. I'd be a little bit worried, Brad.
I wish you guys the best lives together, making each other laugh, accumulating more corgis, many years of decorating for Halloween way too early, and many more Vegas trips.
But just so you both know, Vegas isn't the only place to travel to. Oh, that's still me. As you may be able to see, that myself and Taisha have pretty different relationships with Taylor. But when the three of us get together, we truly become one pretty great support system. We laugh and we cry together. We encourage each other and root for each other's happiness no matter what. We are like sisters. Brad, I hope you realize that you married all three of us today. Hashtag sister wives. Taylor and Brad, we wish you both a lifetime of happiness. The two of you have all the tools you need to take on the world together, through the good days and the bad days, but always side by side. And with me and Taish right there behind you. Marriage already looks great on you. Thank you.
Please raise your glasses. To Brad and Taylor, every single person here tonight are here because they believe in you and they believe in your love for one another. Well, that and there's a toonie bar. Thank you for sharing this wonderful night with all of us. To the fountain! Bye.
Yeah, I'm the best man, and yes, I do have my driver's license.
Yeah! Is it a G?
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I once heard that the best man's speech should only last as long as the groom on his wedding night, so that's it for me. Before I start Brad's roast, I'd like to remind everyone who was at my wedding that Brad absolutely roasted me. And for Taylor's side of the family, anything I say tonight is fair game. I'd like to thank everyone for coming and sharing Brad and Tay's big day. All the bridesmaids look absolutely terrific, and they did a great job of pushing Taylor. Oh, sorry, that says helping Taylor get here today, who apparently came here on her own free will.
I drove myself to her.
When I sat down to write this speech today, I Googled perfect best man speech, but you had to pay $5 for the examples, and I just didn't think it was worth it. But I'd like to congratulate Alan on a great speech. I knew it was going to be a hard one to follow, and I was right. I could hardly follow a word of it. You know, I'm very honored to be Brad's best man, but actually he didn't even ask me. He just kind of assumed I knew it would be his best man. But I kind of just goes to show the kind of connection we have. I think we can all agree that seeing Taylor walk down the aisle today, she just looked 1 in a million. Brad, on the other hand, looked like he's been won in a raffle. You know, all my life, I've never heard anybody question Brad's intelligence. In fact, I've never heard anybody mention it. The night of Brad and Taylor's first date, he comes home and I asked him how it went, and he said good. I asked him, is she hot? And Brad says, I don't know, she's like a 15. I was kind of confused, so I asked 15. He goes, yeah, like in blackjack rules, like, as in you don't know if you'd hit it or not. Growing up, Brad always joked that he got the least amount of attention and love, and joked that he was adopted. And it's true. It's true. People always think that Brad and I look a lot alike, and apparently so much so that we even get mistaken for each other. Right, Joey? Just the other night, after the wedding rehearsal, we go back to Brad and Taylor's place, and the guy comes into the kitchen, guy I have never met or seen in my life, comes up and shakes my hand and says, getting close to the big day, hey, how you feeling? Good. I say, I'm not Brad, right? He goes, yeah, right. I've even got a few congratulations today that I kind of just went along with. Brad was happy for about 22 years, and then he met Taylor. But Taylor isn't actually the only love of his life. There's also Jameson and Jack Daniels. I actually didn't know Brad had a drinking problem until he showed up sober today. Anyway, growing up, Brad and I were fairly close, and we shared a room and everything, shared some of the same friends, knew a lot of the same people. But we did fight a lot, as brothers do, physically and verbally. But I'll never forget when I was about 15 years old and started playing competitive soccer with Brad, and his team needed a goalie. So our team wasn't very good, and we were losing pretty bad one night, and this guy came down on a breakaway on me and totally knocked me out. I was on the ground, couldn't catch my breath. But I know Brad was on the field at the time, and he was the first guy to that guy. And said, what do you think you're doing, huh? That's my brother. And some other expletives that I shouldn't repeat. But honestly, through all the crap that we did put each other through, that was the first time that I knew Brad would always be there for me. And I'm happy to say that I'll always be there for him. He's not just a brother to me, but he's my best friend. And what can I say about Taylor? She's already felt like a second sister to me for 7 or 8 years now, and today just makes it official. And I couldn't be happier that this day has finally come. So I'd like to toast the new bride and groom. So for those of you that can still stand and raise the glass, please do so. There have already been a few good toasts tonight, so I thought I'd do sort of an untraditional one that I think fits Brad and Taylor's humor well.
May all your ups and downs and ins and outs be between the sheets. Cheers.
By now, I'm sensing you're all dying to know more about me. For those who don't know me, I am by default Brad's favorite sister. What can I tell you about Brad? Well, I've known him for almost 30 years. I think I've liked him for about 5. And that's probably because for about 3/4 of his life, Brad was always a bit of a troublemaker. And I can remember growing up alongside Brad like it was yesterday. He was the typical middle child, always complaining he wasn't old enough to go somewhere or too old enough to hang out with Curtis. But also typical in the way that he was the kid who would accidentally knock down your Barbie house you spent hours setting up. Or the kid who threw crab apples at you just to start a fight because he was bored. However, it got easy to pin our mistakes on or shortcomings on Brad. It wasn't me, Mom, it was Brad. Or Brad said it, and it worked. My parents started believing it. We had my mother middle naming Brad about twice a week for a while there. Bradley James Fountain. Well, when Brad was old enough to start dating, we couldn't help but wonder who would be daring enough to tame this red-haired, hot-tempered goof of a guy. Enter Taylor. Well, she certainly is daring, and she has had her work cut out for her. But fortunately for us in Taylor, Brad met someone as equally passionate, hardworking, and caring, and funny, and she has brought out the best in him. And even though I'm pretty sure my mom has already middle named her a couple of times already, I believe they have met their match on each other in the best of ways. So if you would join me as I raise my glass to toast the happy couple, to Bradley James Fountain, and then now Taylor Ali Luann Fountain. Cheers. Let me remind you that no one is perfect. I'd like to call first upon a man who needs no introduction but likes to have one anyway, so here goes. Weighing in at 270 pounds, not soaking wet, is a man who wears his heart on his sleeve and spaghetti sauce on his tie. He is world famous in certain parts of Alliston, and he can point to many accomplishments in his lifetime, though none of them are his. He won an award for the best business idea of 1969. He won that in 1988. Yes, you can probably all guess who this man is. It is no other than the father of the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alan Riddell. Alan is accompanied by his lovely wife, the mother of the bride, Julie, because behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes.
You have no idea.
Welcome, everybody, to Taylor and Brad's reception. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alan. I am the father of the bride. And this is my beautiful bride of almost 30 years, Julie. Well, usually I thought they saved the best for last, so I don't know why we're asked to go first, but here we go. So, at this point, I like it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So at this point, actually, I would like to give the microphone to Julie. As everyone knows, she's an amazing public speaker and loves being the center of attention. So I'm going to go sit down. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to her. She's up here totally for moral support for me, which I might need. Julie and I would like to thank everyone for coming, and a special thanks for everyone who traveled from long distances to get here. We have people from Alberta, we have people here from BC, Everett, Lyle, Alliston. We have people from all over the country, so we're good. So let's talk about Taylor. So that's what I'm here to do. What a beautiful bride she is today. But truth be told, Taylor's always been beautiful since the day she was born. Taylor's always been very independent. As a toddler, she could take over a room with her happy disposition and a smile. From the early age of around 3, Taylor showed great signs of her independence. Proof being, here we go, here's the first story. One early morning, she decided to get up very early. Yeah. Get the dog. This is why I have gray hair, everyone. This is why. Get the dog. Unlock the door, which was child-proof. Don't worry, she was a smart little cookie. Unlocked the door, called on her next door neighbor, Mrs. Heather, and her 2 little boys sitting at the back. She called on the 2 little boys to go to the park. But Mrs. Heather, I think, or Ron, told them that it's way too early to go to the park, Taylor. It's like 6 in the morning. So they sent her home. We were neighbors, by the way, right next door, so they sent her home. It really didn't discourage Taylor. She decided to go to the park anyways with the dog. So that was early morning. I guess when she got there and she had enough, she decided to return home, woke us up, and informed us where she had been. Of course, we didn't believe her because we thought, hey, we're good parents. Nobody's going to escape from our house, right? So we didn't believe her until we actually went to the park, found the collar and the leash on top of a 15-foot death slide, and basically had a heart attack. It was craziness. So anyways, she didn't do that again, but Taylor's outgoing personality and kindness towards animals, not so much people sometimes, has always been traits that we have admired greatly, except, of course, the people part, of course.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I know you are, hon. I know. Taylor's many interests growing up included drawing lessons. Where we would travel to Barrie, Taylor and myself, once a week, and Taylor would draw. But I think the pizza and everything after was the way that we kept coming back because there was pretty much nothing else there. Yeah. We remember actually when Taylor, we remember when Taylor auditioned for a little group called the Minor Melodies, which was a local singing group. Taylor practiced and screeched around the house for weeks on end. Claiming, no, she's no Angelique. There you go. Anyways, screeched around the house for weeks on end, claiming it was practice leading up to the big audition. And then the day had come. Taylor was so proud of her accomplishment that she was selected to be on the team, really not knowing every paying parent got their kid on the team. Anyways, I just gave them an extra 50 or something, She made the team. Hey, don't get too upset. This is fine. Trust me. I take a lot from Taylor. This is good. You are a songbird, hon. In addition to singing, Taylor also tried out for some sport teams. Yeah. First was soccer. Okay, Taylor, try playing forward, Taylor, nope, too much hugging, not enough running. So let's try goalie, Taylor. No major net tangling incident. So how about trying defense, Taylor? No, way too many dandelions to pick. Soccer career over and done, just done. Next, Taylor was on to dance classes. They went actually quite well. But after being totally upstaged actually by myself in the year-end Father's Dance, she decided to hang them up too. So I don't know if I had a part in that, but anyways. Now, then came the action-packed, adrenaline-pumping, edge of your seat Science Olympiad.
Science Olympia!
It was awesome. Taylor excelled, and she figured she could stick to the academic side of things. Truly a self-motivator, Taylor worked tirelessly throughout public school and high school, achieving honor roll marks and graduating on the dean's list. Actually, even after graduating from high school, she managed to stay on the honor roll for 3 more years under the alias of Zach Riddell. Thanks, Taylor, for helping Zach. That's awesome. So here we go at 16. Let's jump forward here. 16 years of age. You know what's coming? Taylor got her driver's license. At 17, we thought Taylor found her true calling as a smash-up derby driver. With an end-over-ender and a couple solid crashes under her belt, hopefully this calling was short-lived. She escaped without a scratch. It's unbelievable, but anyways. Well, Taylor, all of this has been said with all the love in the world. Your mom and I are so proud of your compassionate, loving, and kind woman you are and have become. Looking at Taylor tonight, we all see how beautiful she is on the outside, and all of us who truly know her see that she is just as beautiful on the inside. And we love you a lot, Taylor. As you know, we love you more than anything. A lot. That's from Dumb and Dumber, I love you a lot. She loves that show.
I love you, Jimmy.
Okay, on to the fountains. This fountain family. It's been a great pleasure getting to know Bill and Darlene. That's an inside joke. Jesus, I don't know how many times I've called this poor lady Sandra.
Our neighbor is Sandra.
And I know a lot of Bill and Sandras, I really do, to my defense. And I feel so bad, but sorry, Darlene, we love you. Thank you. All is forgiven, right? I know we are all looking forward to way more grandbabies. We want the grandbabies, that's for sure. We have a beautiful little granddaughter, Madison, but we do want more, for sure. Now, let's get on to one of the main attractions here, Mr. Bradley Fountain. Let's all give Brad actually a round of applause. Basically, that round of applause is for making it this far in this crazy Riddell family. I don't know what Brad thinks sometimes when he first met us. He must have just thought, oh my God, run for the hills. Brad, when we first met you, you seemed a little bit quiet, but in your defense, it's hard to get a word in with us sometimes, There's a lot of moving parts in our household. And over the last few years, we have gotten to know Brad a lot better. I made a pros and cons list, actually, just for Brad, that I would really like to share with you all. You ready? All right, here. All right, pros. We'll do the good stuff first, pros. So you're kind. Brad's obviously a very kind guy. Super kind guy. Nice guy, you know, he loves animals. Taylor and him, you know, they take stuff to the SPCA every Christmas, you know, to all the dogs, and they've fostered countless dogs and given them new homes and new leashes on life, which is really nice. They have such a good heart, both of them. He's a hard worker. You know, he works at Honda, right? So you got to be a hard worker or something to work at Honda. Very respectful for the most part. Yeah, he's respectful. He's never had any issues with me.
Always
And most of all, what we really love is his love for Taylor. We see it all the time, and him and Taylor are such a great couple. They just seem to mesh really well. Anyways, and lastly, this is a big one too for me especially. He kind of filled the athletic void for our future grandbabies. Brad's a pretty athletic guy, right? And Taylor, she's athletic too, but... Oh yeah, well her badminton, yeah, she played badminton too. And anyways, hold on. Now that's the pros. I could go on. All right. The cons. Hold on. Okay.
That's a super huge print on it.
I'm losing my eyesight, right? So I need big print. No, seriously, we're just messing with you, Brad. Brad always, the only con I could really think is, well, he makes me look bad because he has clean vehicles all the time. He's very particular about his cars, which is very nice. And the other bad thing, I guess, he's a Montreal Canadiens fan, which is... which was almost a deal breaker for me, but you know, you learn to overlook things. So. Anyways, I'm just kidding, Brad. We love you. That's all I got, really. And Julie and I are very happy Taylor has found her soulmate to spend the rest of her life with. We have already welcomed Brad into the family many years ago. However, today makes it official. We would like to raise a glass to the newlyweds, Taylor and Brad. We love you guys. Cheers. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night.
Everyone's on my dress. I think the only remaining question on everyone's mind is, Alan, who are you wearing?
I'm wearing a Walmart shirt. I'm wearing a giant tiger tie. No.
with something that Alan said, only I want to emphasize it even more as how strikingly beautiful Taylor is today. I think that's her happiness coming through. We both wanted to do this speech, but we had to flip a coin, and I won, so you get me. When Brad and Taylor met, Taylor was actually going to Georgian College and studying accounting, and I thought to myself, this is going to be great. I'll have somebody I can talk to about nice, exciting chats about tax rulings and accounting standards and stuff. Well, isn't that what everybody likes to chit-chat about? No, that isn't what Taylor and I like to talk about either. Being the canine lover that she is, she likes to try to get me to love dogs too. But that's a pretty big challenge. But Taylor is always up to challenges. Her enthusiasm always comes through. And contrary to what Alan said, her outgoing personality is built into her, and so that's why she always has so many friends. Taylor is a many talented person. She's a bookkeeper, a mortgage agent, a dog breeder, and a bargain hunter. Yes, bargain hunting, that's a skill. If you want to get a deal on anything, go to Taylor. She'll probably be able to tell you where to get it. And if she can't, she'll research it and tell you. But the most important thing about Taylor is that she understands Brad very well and shares his nutty sense of humor. And so she's just going to is a wonderful addition to our family. And I would really like to say thank you to Alan and Julie for raising a lovely daughter. And yeah, job well done. When I was preparing for this, I actually got thinking that if circumstances had been different, Brad and Taylor may never have met. Because when Brad was in grade 12 in high school, he decided he wanted to join the armed forces. And so as soon as he graduated from high school, he put in his application, and he got accepted. The only thing was he was only 17 at the time. So Mama and I had to sign for him to actually go in. So that was kind of a queasy time for us, given that the war in Afghanistan was on at that time. So we had sort of reservations, but we did want to support him in that endeavor. And so we signed, and he actually went to camp about 3 or 4 days before he turned 18. So he didn't stay long in the Army, which is fine by us, as it turns out. But he came home, went to college for a couple years, and then ended up at Honda, which he really enjoys, and I suspect he's going to be there for quite a while. So I guess in conclusion, I'd just like to say that Darlene and I look very forward to Brad and Taylor's future. I think they got a bright future ahead, and we're just looking forward to being part of all of your plans and dreams. Thank you.
all the things that a mother will do. Mending a broken heart is only just a part of the care and the love that I've given you. With a Kool-Aid smile and a sparkle in your eye, wrap you in my arms and whisper this advice: be strong, be kind, be patient, and in time you'll find out, my son, what true love is all about. Be faithful and be true. Show love in all you do. Then you'll know just how you make your mother proud. Now, little boy, days have passed, and you've grown up so fast. But in my heart, that little boy will never be far. So on this blessed day, there's so much I want to say. But above all, I thank God for the man that you are. With a tender smile and a twinkle in your eye, I wrap you in my arms and whisper this advice: be strong, be kind, be patient, and in time you'll find out, my son, what true love is all about. Be faithful and be true. Show love in all you do. Then you'll know just how you make your mother proud. You made your mother
You're all seated where you are. Well, I've just been given word that after much deliberation, they decided that the only fair way to do it is that the people who gave the most expensive gifts are seated at the front of the room, and the people who bought the cheapest gifts are at the back. With that being said, I need to call up Jonathan Fisher. Here. I assume he's at the back. Probably by the door. Brad and Taylor have said thanks, but no thanks. It's all yours. I think the card said something like, when life hands you a bag of crap or something like that.
Okay, so we want to thank each and every one of you for being here with us on our big day. We couldn't imagine getting married without the love and support that all of our friends and family have given us.
I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve.
Always got to get that one in. So, it's always so humbling to see all the great and important people in our lives come together for the most important day of ours, and we couldn't be happier to see all you here.
Must be the cheap liquor.
We're extremely thankful for our wedding party for all the help, planning, and logistical work to make this day what we always imagined. We want to say thank you for standing up there with us and being such great sports about it all.
Okay, you drink for free.
Special mention to Taisha and my sister Christina, who are coming all the way from BC, and to Zach, one of Alberta's newest RCMP members. Go ahead.
Narc.
And a very special thank you to our MC for the night, Brad's sister Laura. So she has taken the time out of her busy schedule and raising 3 young children to be a great personality today.
She needs to drink more than anybody, I think.
Thank you to Waterstone Estates and Farms, and to Chef David and his wife Maria for the lovely meal, and to Cynthia, our day of coordinator, for fielding countless questions and dealing with me at some of my more bridezilla moments. We also want to mention and thank France Young for officiating. And Samantha Young for baking those delicious looking cupcakes and cake, which is served.
You'll be critiqued later.
But most of all, we cannot thank our parents enough. All of the ideas, all of the support and help, and then mostly telling us what we were going to do. Just kidding, Mom. Not only that, but they have given us 2 awesome examples of great marriages and relationships that we can only hope to emulate over the years. If we can make it look half as easy as them, we know we'll be happy for a lifetime, and for that, we can't thank them enough.
Hi, Mom. Mom, up here.
And with that, we just want to say we hope everyone has an awesome night. Safe travels. We love all of you, and enjoy the party.
chase every high with you, count every rip in these old jeans. We'll never learn how to sing the blues if I'm gonna be famous. Girl, I wanna be famous with you. We got our own little groove. I don't wanna be a one-man band. I don't wanna be a rolling stone alone, putting miles on a rundown van. Baby, we can take our own show on the road. I'll lay down the beat, you carry the tune. We'll get tattoos and we'll trash hotel rooms. Baby, take my hand, 'cause I don't wanna be a one-man band. When the spotlight goes cold, the curtains come down, the chairs are all stacked and there's no one around, and nobody's paying. We'll still be playing. I don't wanna be a one-man band. I don't wanna be a rolling stone alone, putting miles on a rundown van. Baby, we could take our own show on the road. I'll lay down the beat, you carry the tune. We'll get tattoos and we'll trash hotel rooms.